How to do, play Parcheesi. In Parcheesi, players roll a pair of dice and attempt to move their pawns around a game board. The game is played on a circle and cross-patterned board with 68 squares. Instructions. Quick tip: if your pawn lands on a square occupied by two pawns belonging to another player, your pawn cannot pass until the other pawns are moved. Step 1. Continue advancing your pawns until they have returned to your home circle, where they are safe from capture, or until another player has brought all their pawns home. The first player to move all 4 pawns around a board and return home wins the game. Did you know, Parcheesi is an American adaptation of the Indian game Pachisi, which has been played since at least the 4th century CE. Step 2. Land on the same square as another player's pawn, and the other player's pawn is returned to its home base, unless your pawn lands on a safe square or on a square occupied by 2 pawns owned by another player. Step 3. Move 1 or 2 of your pawns in a counterclockwise direction on the board in increments corresponding to the values on the dice. You can move 2 pawns once or 1 pawn twice. Step 4. Start at your home circle and roll the dice when it is your turn. Quick tip: if you roll a double number, you get an extra turn. Under certain conditions, you may also be allowed to move your pawn additional spaces. Step 5. Roll the dice to determine the order of play. High roll goes first.